We create videos to persuade people to watch these films, which are authentic hidden gems for people's entertainment. This video focuses on explaining the movie from a personal perspective. Most of the movie's video clips were used in the explanation for better understanding. All credits for video clips are due to the movie owners. To my understanding, it falls under the category of fair use in the reviews and commentary section. No one's rights will be infringed upon by us. Send us a free mail message if you have any questions or concern about the clips, and we will delete them right away. In this video, I am going to explain a action adventurous fantasy web series named Games of Thrones Season 1, which had come in 2011. Let the story begin. The story starts with a Night's Watch has three rangers, Sir Waymar from the Wall, Royce, Will and Garrett, head north to the haunted forest beyond the wall to look into stories of wildlings. The group's greatest scout, Will, finds a number of dead wildlings scattered on the ground, their bodies mutilated and placed in an odd ritualistic way. A diseased wildling girl is also discovered by him pinned to a tree. To the others, he provides an update. They should head back to the Castle Black to inform Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, Jeor Mormont, of the situation, but Sir Waymar overrides the Elder Garrett's recommendation. Instead, he insists on examining the bodies to ascertain what killed them. The arrival of the tall, humanoid White Walker who easily kills Sir Waymar puts a stop to further research. These White Walkers had dazzling blue eyes. When Garrett tries to flee, he is slain. Later, instead of going back to the Castle Black to tell them of the White Walker menace, Will fled in terror south of the Ball. The Wardens of North, outriders loyal to House Stark, capture him and bring him to the Lord Eddard Stark. While all is going on, Lord Eddard, Ned Stark and his family are at Winterfell. Ned and his wife Catelyn observes as their 10-year-old son Bran Stark practices archery with his brother of Ned's 17-year-old adopted son Jon Snow and their 17-year-old elder son Robb Stark. Bran shoots at even worse arrow than before, flying high over the wall, and Robb and Jon cannot help but chuckle. Ned gets news that a Night's Watch Viking has been found. The regulation declaration that a miscreant from the Watch, Will, is an oathbreaker and should be executed. Ned takes three of his children with him, Robb, Jon and Bran, to observe the execution because of it being an unmistakable custom among children to do executions themselves. Ned Stark completes the execution himself, utilizing the tribal Valyrian cutting-edge sword of their home. Youthful Bran observes an execution interestingly without any distraction, acquiring acclaim from his relative Jon. Bran is informed by Eddard that he was forced to put Will to death because the man who passes the sentence should swing the sword. When Bran questions his father about Will's claims regarding the White Walkers, Ned rejects them because the raving of lunatic and maintains that they haven't existed for generations. After some days, the royal party approaches and the whole of the Winterfell gathers in the country yard. Arya is tardy, and when they arrive, she irritates Sansa by not being silent and reverent. Queen Cersei in a big wheelhouse and the King Robert enters in a horse-drawn carriage with his warriors. King Robert is shown the household of Lord Eddard. Robert and Eddard exchange warm greetings before Robert insists on visiting the crypts and paying his respects to the Eddard's later sister Lyanna, much to Queen Cersei's irritation. After Robert and Eddard leaves, Cersei orders Jaime to track down their dwarf-born younger brother Tyrion. The prostitution of a prostitute named Ross is what he is enjoying in the brothel in the town outside of Winterfell. Robert makes an offering at the grave of the Lyanna Stark, Eddard's younger sister, who was Robert's fiancée before she was reportedly abducted by Prince Rhaegar Targaryen in the crypts. Lyanna passed away soon after being discovered. He admits to Eddard that every night he kills Rhaegar afresh in fantasies. Eddard points out the house Targaryen was wiped out, but Robert responds, "Not all of them." A great feast is held, and Cersei and Catelyn exchange cordial words. Outside the feast, Jon Snow works at his sword practice, angry that Catelyn thought it would be inappropriate that a bastard should attend. Eddard and Catelyn receive a letter in the night, delivered to Maester Leon by a messenger from the Eyrie. The letter is from Catelyn's sister, Lady Lysa Arryn, the widow of Jon Arryn. In the letter, Lysa says that Jon Arryn was murdered by the Lannisters and that they plan to conspire against King Robert. Luwin counsels that Eddard should accept Robert's offer to be hanged so he can investigate the truth of the matter and protect the king. The next morning, Eddard and Robert go hunting, leaving the castle largely empty. Bran indulges in some climbing, but while climbing a broken tower, he hears someone moaning. He peers through the window and finds the Queen Cersei and her brother engaged in a sexual act. Cersei spots him and warns Jaime, who grabs Bran. Jaime locks out the window to make sure nobody else is watching and only sees Summer. He turns to Bran and asks how old he is. When Bran replies 10, Jaime marks with a sign, "The things I do for love." With that, he pushes Bran out of the window.